A lot of folks have been asking about how to not get scammed when buying precious metals online and how to buy them on Instagram. So here are 3 tips you can use to protect yourself when buying precious metals online. Coming up. Hey everyone, welcome to Campbell's Coins. Scammers suck. They really make joining a new exciting hobby a stressful experience. But what can you do? Step 1 is to find a reputable and established seller. No duh, right? But how does one do this when you don't know where to start? What I'm going to mention here isn't an end-all be-all for online precious metal shopping, but these little guidelines will help you immensely. These guidelines could be applied to multiple platforms. I know people buy precious metals on eBay, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and I'm sure a number of other platforms. But I started out on social media in the Instagram community, so that's where I can speak to the best. If you're buying from someone on Instagram, I would vet that person. Not everyone on Instagram is a seller. In fact, most are not. But it's good to check before trusting implicitly. Ask them for references. They should be able to provide you with a handful of people that they have done business with who can confirm that that seller is reputable. Not just reputable, but also how the transaction went overall. Did they package up the metals in a crappy way? Did they take a long time to ship the product after you paid? Did they send you tracking? On and on. Just because someone has a large following does not mean they are not a scammer. I've seen day-old accounts with 2,000 plus followers, a few posts, and some of these scammer accounts just send you the names of their other accounts as references. Make sure these references are actually different people. If you're dealing with someone new and they don't have a lot of references, you can ask them if they are willing to send you product to you first, and once it arrives, you pay in full. Or you can try paying half up front and the rest when it arrives. I really don't like these approaches because it can lead to a good seller getting scammed. Most scammers don't use their own photos. They screenshot other people's photos, post it on their page, and sell them as their own. If something feels off to you, listen to your gut. Ask them to take a new photo of all the items that you're buying next to one another, or include them with something with the current date. Most of the time, they can't. It's the stolen photos that really give them away. It takes a lot of trust to buy precious metals from someone online, especially when you don't know them. When I'm buying from someone I don't know, I try to buy items that I know are difficult to counterfeit. These at least reduce my chances. If it's an item that gets counterfeit often, I ask the seller where they got it from. If they got it from a good online dealer or a reputable person, I tend to give them a bit more faith in the authenticity of their products. Of course, they can make all this information up. Another good way is to ask them to send you a picture of them testing the metal on a precious metals analyzer. This also depends on them having said analyzer. Whenever the metals arrive, I test them myself. You should trust but verify. There is a page on Instagram dedicated to publishing the known scammers out there. It's called IG Precious Metals Blacklist. I do not know who runs it. I just follow it. I would suggest looking up these scammer accounts on this page one by one and hitting block all. This way you don't run into the risk of bumping into them at some other point on their new account. Obviously, this isn't a foolproof method, but it's a good start. The best way to avoid being scammed from buying precious metals is to buy from reputable and established sellers. The reason for this is numerous. It's not just eliminating the chance of being scammed, it's also buying authentic product or product that matches what people say it is. The latter part of this advice applies to older collectible coins. If that seller tells you that this Morgan is brilliant uncirculated, you don't want to receive a coin that was cleaned or is in worse shape than BU. eBay is filled with counterfeit product. I've seen counterfeit graded slabs. So even graded coins are not a safe bet 100% of the time. Buying from a good source might cost a little more, than, say, buying from a dude in the alley or the guy selling gold for below spot. But trust me, in the precious metals game, peace of mind is the most important. A good source should have decent pricing, authentic product that they verify, they're knowledgeable, and if the source ships, they should know how to package precious metals. Any seller worth their salt won't put their business name on the shipping label, and they will do what they can to eliminate advertising what's inside the box or the package. This includes a lot of padding and multiple layers. Think Inception, a box within a box within a box. You don't want to receive damaged coins that happened in transit due to poor packaging. I've purchased from an established seller a couple years ago who poorly packaged up my order. One of these was a BU tube of 2017 American Silver Eagles. He didn't tape up the top of the tube, and he didn't put any packing material within the small flat right box. The lid of the tube popped off during transit, and all the coins traveled 3,000 miles, banging into one another. All of these Silver Eagles arrived with dings and scratches in them. He made it right by giving me a partial refund, but needless to say, I have not purchased from him again. I also don't recommend him to people as someone to buy from. You want to buy from established sellers. I put out a video maybe 2 years ago saying to reach out to me on Instagram if you're looking for a list of reputable sellers to buy from on this platform. The people I list on there are all great, and they all offer something different for buyers. Some offer high-end collectible silver, and others have basic gold bullion. The list that I have for Instagram sellers consists of, I think, 8 to 10 sellers. Out of this list, only 2 are coin shops and 1 is a pawn shop. The rest are individuals who sell precious metals as a business. The brick and mortar businesses are Avenue Coin in Stockton, California, Royal Coins in Houston, Texas, and VA Premier Pawn in Chesapeake, Virginia. I don't list the rest of the sellers because I might add some as time goes on and I might take some down. There are a handful of large online dealers that I trust, and those are, in no particular order, APMEX, JM Bullion, SD Bullion, and Monument Metals. The latter 2 consistently have the best pricing for the same product. APMEX has the biggest variety out of everyone, but with that variety comes the highest prices. All of these online dealers ship about the same, which is fairly decent, and they offer insurance. On a side note, there are scammers here on YouTube. As my channel grows, I'm noticing some people impersonating my account, replying to some of your comments. They copy my logo, and they ask you to respond to a WhatsApp number or a link to info on the latest crypto craze or something stupid like that. I will never ask you individually for payment. I will list everything in the video description and or have a pinned comment. I do my best to eliminate these scammers' comments so folks don't fall victim. One thing that holds true through today, if a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Don't gamble your hard-earned cash for the chance of buying something at spot. Spot is a worthless figure anyways. There's a lot of bad advice regarding spot price in the YouTube community. When you learn how spot price is created and manipulated versus the real value of precious metals, you'll laugh at how much attention you once gave to spot price. Your time is your most precious asset, and I appreciate you spending it here with me. If you're interested in other topics like this one, check out the other videos I have on my channel. Thank you all for watching. This is Campbell's Coins, and that is my 2 cents.